Welcome and good morning to everyone who's here today with us, and then also anybody who's listening to the recording. I wanted to start with sharing my screen and showing you the invocation that we'll say again today. We'll do the top one. Ripening arrives toward those completing themselves in heartfulness, feeling fully within the larger heart of life. They shall feel all their senses opening towards reality wherever they turn. So as we go today into the next card, the Seven of Coins, this card is, it's harder to tell in this particular card, but I believe that the coins are represented on the tree with the shading of the light coming through. That's how Aida Hussein brings in these earthy physical manifestations. And this card is traditionally seen as someone who has just planted the field and is looking at all of the wonderful plants that are there coming up and giving fruit, beginning to manifest. And this card represents waiting, but it's the waiting that comes after we've already invested in something. We've opened our hearts to the I want, to that place that we've been going to recently with the cards, that sense of what it is that we've wanted, and we've really let ourselves go there. And as we went there, and it takes a certain amount of effort, it takes effort just to show up here. So I'm gonna use the symbol of this class, or just watching it on a video. It takes cordoning time out of your schedule, and it takes all this effort to say, I'm going to do this. And you've been doing it for however long you've been doing it. So that's that you're planting the seeds. And I'd say that in how we'll use it today in the induction is that in the induction, it's all about how do you become more connected in to this physical body, this manifestation on earth of our own stallion, our horse, our tree that we are bringing forth to bear fruit or to run the race of life. So in this instance, we're really going to look at what, just as I'm talking, you might even contemplate what have you had to do to get to where you are right now in terms of being able to connect with your breath and your body, to know about your body. And then we'll be taking it to this next place of also that waiting, allowing for some time to pass, to notice. And this happens even in the breath, that pause between, especially between the exhale and the next inhale, that pause of time of what's next, being open to that larger picture. You can see that's what this man, I think it's a man, is looking out at, is taking in this larger perspective of what is it that was the original. You could say, what was the original goal that you moved towards, and now where are you? And just waiting for that next unfoldment to occur. Is there anything you want to say?
Yeah, right now we're in Joseph, Oregon, and I think it was a good example We got together with our friends, we researched, we found an Airbnb, we drove the car, there was a closed road, a detour. It took a lot of effort to get here. And then when we got here, there was that pause, but then you still have to tend it a little bit. So then it's like, what are we going to do now? So there's that beautiful effort, the intention, the effort, and then the fruition, and then there's the tending of it too, like the crop. So this is what's happening all the time in our lives in this card, or like you do your degree program and you graduate and you've worked and now you've got your degree or your whatever it is. Yeah. And then once you get your degree, then you've got to use it. And
Right.
yeah,
It's the next place, the next phase in that waiting period. So
it's nice to have that pause, that moment like this figure.
we'll come back. So let's begin today. And as we're feeling into our bodies, just take that moment to really to reflect upon. You can use any example you want. You can just use getting here, but it's that sense of like, you can also use what it's taken for you to feel really incorporated into your body to allow that sense of feeling all the different ways that the body is here for us, supporting us. And also that sense of like how we can, in that waiting, how we can also allow new insights, because we're not trying to fill up too much. The waiting allows us to make space, open, to see what does the body have to say. So we'll be checking in with that today as we do some really nice movements that will just, hopefully, God willing, connect us to greater awareness of our bodies. So starting with breathing in and out through the nose, the earth breath, the discs relate to the earth, the physical. And noticing now and taking a little bit more awareness into that pause after the exhale. Before you begin again. And so as we breathe in, I'd like you to really think that that's that little bit of the effort that it takes to stay focused on the path, to keep bringing awareness back to where am I, what's happening, and in this case, what's happening in my body. So that's the inhale. And then the exhale is kind of coming back into the naturalness of just where you are right now. And then leaving that space open. And then coming back into the inhale again. So that's the rhythm that we'll be breathing, and everybody is going to have their own rhythm with this. So of course it's going to be impossible to be together. So just letting yourself really find your rhythm of that breathing in, really letting yourself feel that little bit of effort of awareness, and then letting go. And noticing that space. So we're going to begin with our going through our body like this, and just really feeling into giving respect, honor, and also appreciation for all the parts of our bodies that we've been working with over the past however long you've been here, for some of us a couple of years. So just letting ourselves start with our feet, and we're going to breathe in and really feel that effort that it can take to like lift off your foot, or to just let your foot feel what it's like to grab. It's anything that takes a little bit of effort. So we're going to feel that effort on the inhale of both of our feet, and then we're going to relax into our feet just being back on the earth on that exhale and have that space. And enjoy feeling into those feet on that inhale. And we're going to do this now with the knees and the legs, just letting our knee lift up on that inhale. And just letting it come down on the exhale. And making space. We'll do that a couple more times. Our whole leg, finding different ways to move it. To feel good. To feel your leg. That's what the object here is to feel your leg, the substance of it. Then just being open to whatever arises on that weight between the exhale and the inhale. And as you're ready, let's transition into the hips, and we can move them to the front on the inhale, to the back, to the sides. And just letting them always come back to center in a gradual way. Each hip, feeling it, feeling the stretch or the luxuriousness, feeling into all those muscles. Letting them relax. Making space. Letting your hips remember to go to the back too and the front. And then one more hip stretch. Coming up into your belly, letting your belly stretch, front, back, sides. Remembering to let that space between the exhale and the inhale happen. Remembering the movements are there to just keep reminding you about all of your muscles, your bones. How does it feel to be in this body, in this place? And we're just really taking our time to luxuriate and experience the body. We can bring it up into the heart area, the upper chest. On that inhale, really feeling it stretch. And just naturally letting it come back. Everything, we're just taking time. We're in that waiting place. Maybe nothing's happening. You're just noticing these small little things and you're letting yourself just wait. You're letting all those other voices as you stretch into this simple breath. You're asking all those parts to just move aside. What not? You're just being with your body right now. And this full body sense of waiting, stretching, relaxing, waiting. And coming up into your shoulders now. There's so many ways you can move your shoulders and feel them. Up and down and front and back. And breathing into your arms, your elbows. They can move out to the side, they can move to the front, they can move to the back, they can move all the way up to stretching above your head. And then bring it, when you're ready, into your fingers. Feeling the wrist, the fingers. The stretching. The relaxing. The waiting. Letting it come all the way now up into your neck and your head. Remembering you can go forward, backwards, side to side, all around. Don't need to go any faster right now than just your breath is dictating for you. Your breath and your body. and the space of waiting. And coming back to your full body, I want you to increase your inhale just a little bit and move whatever feels good, letting it relax again. Waiting. Increase it a little bit more. Relax it. And wait. And do it again. Finding what you enjoy in your body, what wants to be stretched, known. One more big breath. Stretching. Relaxing. Waiting. And then come into your heart. You can hold your heart and you can find whatever, maybe swaying or connecting with your feet really clearly to the floor as you move from foot to foot. And we're going to do that same breath. Breathing in deep, rich, full breaths, and then relaxing and waiting. And as we're breathing into our whole body, just letting that relaxing happen, and then the waiting, see if there's any other part of your body that's speaking to you, that's asking to be known right now, or asking to be given attention. And you can follow that same rhythm of breathing into it. Letting it relax and then waiting. And on that waiting, you can really see, does the body have anything it wants to say to you? And then giving thanks to the body, you can let yourself breathe in and touch the body. Breathe out and touch the body. And then come up and wait. Let's do that one more time. Breathing in and touching all the body as we can, and breathing out and touching the body. And then waiting. And let's get a seat to sit on. Relax and rest our bodies. And just getting into a position on the chair where you feel really supported with your back and your bottom, your feet. And coming back into that breathing pattern again, breathing deep, rich, full breaths into the heart. This time focusing on the heart, completing yourself in heartfulness, as that invocation talked about. Breathing into the heart, letting the heart relax. And then creating space all around the heart. You've created this effort to get here, to connect with your bodies, to connect with your heart, to be curious about what it is that's arising right now.
So as your breath just continues to flow in and out of your heart, just inviting all your different selves to be present with you, to be present in your heart. And just take a minute or so to just lovingly bringing your awareness to your heart. Especially feeling as you breathe in, as Yaya was opening us to, filling the heart area with life energy, with prana, with chi. As you exhale, just releasing, letting go, and then having that pause, that rest, just to rest in the heart. After that effort, the intention to breathe in, to allow the breath to flow out, and the intention to just pause for a moment, to enjoy the fruits of your inhalation and exhalation, to enjoy the fruits of charging and releasing in the heart. And as you do that, just allowing in that pause to see, to allow that place of refuge, this place of being, this place of clarity inside the heart, whether it's a place you've been before in your inner journeys, or from a dream, or that you've read about, or a place from your life, just allowing that place to begin to form, breathing that place in. As you exhale, relaxing into this place, and then pausing to really be in this place, to be present, to just enjoy the fruit of your labor, of your intention to come here, of doing the soul work induction, and then of moving into this soul work meditation. So you breathe into the sacred space of your heart, whatever shape, form that is today. You breathe out, letting go. And then you pause, just resting, being receptive to the sacred place of your heart in whatever form it comes today. And as you do that, just listening to these words, the sun world dissolving. Bathing in moonlight. Dreaming while awake. And the sacred space of the heart, maybe you see it, feel it, just as a sense of this energetic space. Just allow yourself, breathe into it, charging, breathe out, releasing, and then resting in the pause. Receptive, open to this space, this place. breathing in this intent and action to enter into the sacred space of your heart. The intent, the action through the inhalation. And then really opening to that on your exhalation, being receptive. And then really resting in what arises. Enjoying the fruit of your labor, the fruit of your inner work. Really to opening to what it's like to rest in the sacred place of the heart, in that pause between your exhalation and inhalation. A few more times. Ritual inhalation, ritual exhalation, pausing in your heart. Any cells that are busy or can't let go, just inviting them to step aside, letting them know it's okay to just have this moment of deep repose, of pause, just for these few minutes. And you can continue with that, or I invite you when you're ready to just call in high self into this sacred space of your heart for a time of communion, of guidance, of dialogue. And just beginning, whether you see or feel or just imagine high self, this inner guide, the angel of your being, your inner beloved, and perhaps an animal ally in whatever shape, way, form. Just breathing in, to breathe in, really breathing in the blessing of high self, of this moment of communion. As you exhale, exhaling back thanksgiving to high self, and then just pausing, resting, open, spacious, dissolving into high self in this moment, in that pause. Inviting any other selves that are busy or whatever to just join you in this, to step aside or to find some place in the garden of your heart to play or rest. It's okay right now to just breathe in the blessings of high self. To exhale thankfulness, and then to rest in the arms of the beloved, your beloved. And you can just continue to do this, or I invite you when you're ready to just open to ask high self for guidance on how to engage fully to focus your intent from the choices, to pick one desire, one way your life is unfolding, to really enter that fully with all the work and effort that it takes. And then as that comes to completion, to relax and just rest for that moment in between that action and the next, to enjoy the fruits of your labor, to just rest there, waiting for then what arises next, what movement of your life energy to charge and energize into and take action with. Then to begin to let go as you put away, maybe you're planting the garden, so you're getting out the tools and you're working and you're weeding. On the inhale, the exhalation, you're putting things away. And then you just rest there in the garden looking at what you've done. Enjoying that moment, resting the pause between one moment, one action, and the next. Beloved High Self, help us understand. Help us enter more fully, especially with the actions that relate to you, to your guidance, whether it's to meet the challenges of our outer world or to continue to unfold in our inner world, working with all the different selves or communing to you. But help us enter fully, taking the actions, the letting go as we complete the action, and then the resting in the fulfillment, enjoying the fruits of our labors. Help us understand how we may enter and open to this natural cycle more fully, more deeply. Taking a moment to really think of one cycle that you've recently entered into, have completed, and just invite in any self or selves that allow that manifestation to happen, and just really thanking them, finding some task, something you've done that was necessary, that you moved, you energized, you did it, just honoring the self or selves that made that happen. Just noticing them as you breathe in, welcoming them. As you breathe out, really holding them closely. And then just really opening to them, giving them your thankfulness as you breathe in. And first, pick something that you've done. Just invite the selves in that allow that to be. And invite them to join you in this breath in, breath out. And then rest with them, really being thankful for this work you've done together. Charging with any action in your life. Letting go as you complete the action and the resting. You can stay with one action, or maybe you pick another one to really invite those selves in and to really enjoy the actions you took, the letting go and the resting. Remembering those parts that are perfectionistic will keep striving. There'll never be that pause in that moment to enjoy the fruits of the efforts in your life. And you can continue just acknowledging and doing that, or this next last portion of our soul work, you could invite in oneself or some selves that have a hard time letting go and relaxing, that they move so quickly to the next thing, that to take that pause is so hard for some selves. Just inviting those in, just holding them, letting them know as you breathe in how difficult it is. As you relax, just holding them, really nurturing them. And then as you pause, just inviting them to just join in that pause, asking them to just experiment with that just for a few seconds at a time. Letting them know it's okay right now to take a pause and break just for that between the exhalation and the inhalation. Inviting them to experience that with you. Perhaps you feel this one or ones. Notice where they are in your body. If they have the feeling of pressure or anxiety, they have to keep doing or the world will fall apart. Whatever it is, inviting them, honoring them as you breathe in, bathing them in golden light. You breathe out, just gently holding them, inviting them to relax, and then inviting them into that pause with you so they could just touch it if they're ready. If someone in your body, you could even touch that part if you wish, holding them, letting the breath, as you breathe in, flowing in through and around them, bringing that golden light to them. As you exhale, holding them, inviting them to relax, and then holding them in the pause as much as they are willing to do today. A few more times. And inviting all your inner selves in to just enjoy this breath a few more times with you and high self, inviting them all to breathe in, to know that there'll be life's challenges, to breathe in, to know, to let each self know we can find the resources inside and outside to cope and work with this. And then with each exhale, inviting them to just relax into what we've done here, just honoring on the inhale, the effort they've taken to be here. Just honoring all of us in the Zoom temple. As you exhale, imagine just resting with all of us, like in the circle, our heads bowing in, our foreheads touching, and then resting together. Breathing in and honoring all the effort each of us have taken. Breathing out, coming together, arms around each other, and just resting together, heads bowed towards the center. One more time, breathing in, breathing out, resting together. Then as you're ready, we'll take a deep breath in. We'll all bow with the sacred sound. Ooh, the ultimate rest, the potential of everything. We'll take a second foo as we come up, opening to our inner and outer worlds at the same time. Ooh. Okay. Just take a moment to stretch or pause or need to jot down something. And then we're going to close a few minutes early because we have to get out of our Airbnb or VRBO, whatever it is.